We've arrived at Middlegate Junction. There's a station, used to be I guess a Pony Express or Overland Station. I'm not sure the details of the area, but the Overland and Pony Express stations ran through Middlegate, or at least near it. And there's some abandoned cabins and shacks and prefabricated trailers. But I wanted to go at least to Middlegate and take some pictures before it gets too dark. It's very old, mid-1800s. It's definitely worth taking a few photos and walking around the property and maybe having a brew before we head home. Gonna park here. It's gonna get dark, so I gotta make sure we take pictures of the entrance and work our way in. You can camp here too. Wasn't too far from Dixie Valley. Oh, wow. Loneliest road in America. Highway 50. Pretty cool. Old Middlegate Station. Visit historic Ione. Oh, they have Iones near here. The owners, I believe, also live on the property. They've made a lot of friends, and I read an article about their son having brain cancer, and I really sympathize and hope we can bring some money into this place, or at least some tourism, so that they can raise money for their son or to keep this place open in the future. You can see there it is. We'll get into the history once we arrive. So the Middlegate Station, well, they refer to the mountain passes here as gates, as some of you are aware. And in 1859, the Overland Stage Station built the first Middlegate station to provide a rest stop for passenger and freight lines and pioneers traveling route, which is today's Route 50, the loneliest road in America. And the Pony Express used the station to change its mounts during its 18-month history in 1860-61. The station fell in the ruins not once but twice in the last 150 years. It was restored in 1942 and 1984, and today is home. This place is home of the Monster Burger. A man by the name of Simpson used this as a camping area. It's where the pioneers would kind of settle here in 1859, and like I said, it was a stage stop for the Overland route. Now, James Simpson, he camped out here multiple times, but he was commissioned by the government to define the route west, and he defined the cuts to the mountains as gates on Interstate 50, or today's. And of course, with the gold rush here, the Overland stations were built for freight and pioneers in 1859, and they lasted longer than the Pony Express. Mail did not last long. Pony Express was 18 months. At least the Overland stations ran for many years after. When the gold rush ended, the ranchers and miners came here and took apart Middlegate. And I'll tell you why, because there was no more use for it as a station. So, like I said, ranchers and miners came here, and in 1942, Ida Ferguson bought the station in an auction, I guess, and turned it into a bar and cafe and restored it. It's one of the only places on the Transcontinental Highway, or at least for 100 miles, where you can get a beer or some gasoline. Seriously, there's nothing out here. But it brought in tourism. And again, Middlegate was closed up, became heavily vandalized, had no electricity, no phones, 50 miles from Fallon. And in 1984, the Stevensons purchased the property. Who owns the property now? And the Churchill County Museum helped restore it. Frida Stevenson and her husband Russ. Anyway, she said this is one of the last standing historic remnants of Americana. But this property was almost bought 30 years ago. And it's a huge part of American history. This place dates back to 1859. The Pony Express had constructed the route that comes through here. Today it's a historic corridor. Cold Springs is just up the road, which has the Pony Express, Overland, and Telegraph Station. But because of the Pony Express and the Overland Station, this route exists today, and this is like an oasis. The wagons, this is all history, and we can walk around at least and take some photos. I mean, this dates back to the 1800s. Look at that. That's beautiful. A lot of military personnel, people go into Sand Mountain, visit here. and have been for many years. Hank Williams, the singer Hank Williams Jr., had a beer here, actually played some music at one time. There was a movie, I guess, in the 80s that was made, and they used Middlegate Station. So this is, you may have seen this place on TV. It's been on the Travel Network and some food shows, I believe, as well, for their Nevada and Monster Burger. It's pretty large. It's like 7 inches high. So between the beer, the burger, the pool, some gasoline, this is almost a gem on the loneliest road in America. So Lord Rick, we'll check out the inside soon. I need to get a few more photos and then we're out of here. Look at that, folks. Americana. It's American history right here. Oh, yeah. Awesome. You know what this is? Old wagon that's fallen apart. Probably it was in the back. May have had like a bed. We got this here. Oh, this is an old, what, tiller maybe? Or some kind, oh yeah, some kind of farming tool. It's expected. That's all they did was ranching up in this valley. Middlegate, just before sundown. Before I go in, folks, the reason why I want to put this on my site is to help the owners. They're about to close this place. It's historic, and I don't want to see it close. So yes, I'm going to definitely try to promote this place and tourism. I came here about a year ago, and there was a cat sitting on this wagon, just staring at me, and nobody was here. I think the place was closed down or something. There was no trailers. It was just very vacated, and, you know, but it's old. Look at that, the guest house. And so when its founder of this area came through the area for the government and used this as a camping area, that's what he referred to as Middlegate. You can see the pass through the middle. He referred to them as gates. See how cool that is, man? Folks, there's a different history here. It says Middlegate Station was named by James Simpson. Oh, that's right. I was saying that earlier. He mapped out the route for the Overland Stage Company, which was very successful for a good 8 to 10 years during the gold rush. But anyhow, in his journal, he writes that he thought the cuts in the mountains looked like gates. See the cuts? And there's multiple cuts. Hi. So he named each one Westgate, Middlegate, Eastgate. I didn't know that to identify the route he took across the desert. It says it was at this spot, Middlegate, in 1859, the Overland Stage and Freight Company built the station to serve the gold and silver mines near Tonopah and east of Ely. And when the Pony Express began service in 1860, Middlegate Station served as a changing station for 18 months for the Pony Express. And in 1861, when the completion of the Pacific Telegraph Line ended the need for the Pony Express, Middlegate continued to serve as a stage and freight station for the overland route until the early 1900s to deliver personnel and much-needed supplies of the gold and silver mines of eastern Nevada in the area, such as where we were just at, for example, La Plata. Yeah, so these stations were very important for freight and you know, bringing in supplies. Automobiles soon came to service, and the Lincoln Highway was replaced with long and comfortable stage routes. The romantic drama surrounding the Pony Express and early history of the area has made Middlegate Station part of the legend of American West. Pretty awesome. Cool. Just want to have a beer just for a little bit. Where do you want to sit? Over here? Yeah, the bat right here is fine. What? Oh, that's pretty creepy.
Hey, I like your jersey. Is that a real guy or what?
Oh, yeah. I'm him. It's pretty cool. Pony Express. Welcome to Pony Express country. Hank Williams Jr. came here. Even this has been in some Travel Channel movies for their Monster Burger. Not travel, but like food shows have covered the Monster Burger, which is probably sinful. I'll have a heart attack before I get home. At least to get this place a little business. Wow. Why don't you give me my wallet? I'll order us a couple beers. How about it? It's time for a couple brews before we leave this place. It's pretty cool inside, though. There's a lot of little artifacts. What's that on the wall? Is that money?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. It's a lot of money, a lot of dollar bills. They were talking about this on a web article or newspaper article. I guess some famous people have left money up on the ceiling here. Well, folks, I'm going to go get myself a brew. We're at Middlegate Station. Just going to wrap up the day. It's a really cool place. Really cool place. Very historic in every way. And we're going to put this on our site, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. Dusk is settling in. This is like Dusk from Dawn. Love that movie. Just want to say peace out. It's Miller time. This place has been restored twice, but this is the original site of the Overland and Pony Express station. I mean, they both used it at one time, and we hope that this place will always stay open so it doesn't have to get restored a third time or end up in shambles. It's faced a lot of the elements out here, and vandals over the years, and then ranchers and miners were coming here and taking the stones to make walkways. Almost all the stations on the loneliest road in America have been dismantled and used for people's walkways and houses. But we're out here, and I'm gonna drink, and our day is done. It's been a killer adventure. Mountain Wells, Dixie Valley, La Plata, and Middlegate Station. Is there any? It's dusk at Middlegate. One last video. Oh, those lights are bright. It's hard to say if this place is haunted, but I did do an investigation inside and out. We'll see what kind of results that produces. Population 17, the 18's crossed out. That's so cool. Saying goodbye, everybody. It's been a pretty long day of adventuring and exploring. Tell you what, nothing like finishing at Middlegate Station with a few brews. It's been a lot of fun today coming out here. Love this area. You can still see over to the west a little bit of sun. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you. The sun is setting. It's a little brighter to the west because the further west you go, the more daylight you get right now. And this place is pretty creepy. It's like an oasis. Like I said, big cottonwood trees, the station, the hotel, gas, food, brews. It's a nice tourist mecca for the people who come to Sand Mountain or go ghost hunting in the area. I really want to thank the owners for letting us be able to put this on our site and visit this place. We hope to promote it. That way it doesn't get closed down. It doesn't go through a third time of renovations. I mean, like I said, the first two times it was nearly lost and then it was saved in the 1900s. But it started as a station. This was a campsite back in the 1850s. And the government proposed the route through the west, and we're on Highway 50 right now. It's the loneliest road in America, and you can see there's nothing out here. It's pitch black, nothing but mountains, and this oasis in the middle of the northern Nevada desert. It's a great day. Ghost town mining camp of Mountain Well, La Plata, over the Stillwater range to Dixie Valley, where he did this Dixie Valley Cemetery and a couple abandoned ranches. It's a pretty good paranormal hotspot based on my experiences up there, and finish off the day doing the Middlegate Station project, which is where I'm standing now. We're only putting it really on our site, not so much for ghost or the paranormal, but when I heard this place might be in peril and might shut down, I figure we could at least help bring in some funding for this location to keep it from being closed and vandalized. It's one of the last historical monuments in America, at least in this part of the frontier. Not too many stations stand anymore, and this is one of them that's a true testament to its time. Middlegate Station. Check us out, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. It's your founder, producer, paranormal investigator, and author of Angel of the Night Radio and the Paranormal Ghost Society, Lord Rick, aka Angel of Thy Night. And if you come here, make sure you eat the Monster Burger. Trust me, if you don't walk off full, then you're not normal. You're paranormal.